Good morning. If you are in Salem, I hope that you are doing what I'm doing and sitting outside in the sunshine. It is glorious, and trying to soak up every drop of it while I can between my PE classes that I'm teaching today. But this weekend, Rachel and I were together, and she was telling me about one of her clients and a comment that her client made about how she has loved the gift. I might butcher this. She loves the gift of being able to say no. And that's been kind of stirring in my head and my heart the past couple of days, and thinking about how when we use the gift of saying no to ourselves, to commitments that don't really match with where we're going, or to advocate for our own needs, to help protect ourselves with our boundaries, saying no can so often be a gift. And a lot of times what hangs us up about saying no is that we don't want to be restricted, or feel like I deserve to feel my best, or I deserve to have whatever the thing is. And of course, a lot of my context is around partnering with people who are setting some health or nutrition goals, but it's really bigger than that. And as a recovering people pleaser, as a recovering flake, very often much of my behavior would appear really rude, because I would say yes to something that I didn't actually want to say yes to, but I didn't know how to recognize that in myself, or I didn't know how to honor the relationship by saying, no, I'm sorry, I'm too busy, or no, that's not a commitment I'm willing to add to my plate, or no, that's not something that I'm comfortable with, or no thank you, I'm not choosing to eat that right now, or no, that doesn't match with what my goals are. And that practice is absolutely a gift to myself, to be able to advocate for what I do want, because really in those kind of no's, I'm being clearer with myself about what I'm saying yes to, right? If I say yes to volunteer at church, that means I'm saying no to maybe time in church, or time with my family, or less stress, or whatever those things are. But when I can say no, it really honors the relationships that I'm in, and it certainly honors myself. So often that practice of saying no, even if it's something that you want, but getting really, really clear about what you want now and what you want later. And again, please, that my context often has to do with nutrition and coaching, but I have experienced this so much in my life. Some of really hard things that I have said yes to, that it wasn't honoring of the relationship to say yes to it. And I thought it was being nice or being friendly. And Brene Brown says, clear is kind. And when I can get really, really clear with myself first, and the people in my life, saying no to things that I don't want or don't want to do, or don't actually line up with the choices that I'm trying to make, whether that's, again, cookies or commitments. Ooh, is there another C? Clothing? No, I don't know. But, thinking about if we can reframe it and knowing, well, I'm going to give the gift of saying no to myself, and how good that might feel. Again, whether that's like, no, I appreciate that you're offering me that cookie, drink, whatever, cocktail. Oh, I can do cocktail. And that's a gift to yourself. It is also very, very much a gift to the people that you love and to the relationships, to be able to advocate for yourself. I think the line between saying no and advocating and only saying yes to the things that are really important to you, sometimes it can be hard for us to think about that as being selfish, and certainly there are times when that might be the case, but speaking from my experience, it was more often that I was unwilling to advocate for myself or unsure about what I wanted, and that I would default to social pressure or fear, especially of what people thought, because that's something I really struggle with. So that is my little bit of Monday wisdom in the sunshine, is find ways to give yourself and the people you love the gift of saying no. It can be so scary, you're right, Tina, because it honors them. It is the most incredible way to say, I trust you, and I want to invite you to advocate for yourself. And for me, a lot of times when I was saying yes to things I should have said no to, again, it was usually driven by fear, but it also just showed up as dishonesty, because I would say I would come to something and then I would flake out last minute. And now that drives me crazy, because I've worked really, really hard to kind of undo it. But I don't know if you've heard that phrase, if you spot it, you got it. So I recognize that in other people, and I'll say it this way, I'm so honored when people are truthful with me and honor their commitments, and if they say they're going to do something, that they do it, they honor an appointment, because I recognize that as honesty. I also recognize it as the courage to, when they said yes to me, they meant it, and hear my heart. If that's hard for you, I've been there. I flaked many a time saying I would go do something that I had no heart or hope to do, but I didn't have the courage to say no, or I didn't have that gift enough to honor the relationship and honor myself, of saying no to that. So I'm getting a little rambly, I'll cut it short, but please find a way to give yourself and the people that you love the gift to say no to something, someone. That would be very kind of you, very honoring to yourself and to the people you love. Have a wonderful Monday, friends.